Alright, guys, we are back for some more awesome action for StarCraft 2. I'm joined, of course, by Freedom. While we cast a game between SamuraiPanda and Josef on Overgrowth once again. This will be round B, I believe, of the winner's bracket.
Yeah, exactly. It's the next round.
Yeah, it's awesome. SamuraiPanda, of course, is our player who has taken a game off of Freedom, the only player to do so all season. And Josef has been playing actually quite well himself.
Yeah, exactly. He had a nice game and beat who did he beat?
He beat
Oh yeah, he
Blake
beat
last
Blake.
week. Yeah.
Exactly. So he played well enough to beat Blake, but now it's another step up as far as, a Protoss player because Samurai Panda is the next level up. Because Blake is about probably a platinum Protoss, so Samurai is a diamond Protoss. So we'll see some more quality opponent for Joseph. Let's see if Joseph improves.
Yep, so let's take this opportunity, of course, to take a little bit of a closer look at Josef.
Yeah, so Joseph, he's had a disappointing season as far as records go. He's only 2-9, but like I said many times, he's a quality player. So he's getting into the groove again, and he showed that in the last playoff game. So he's ranked number 11, but don't let that ranking fool you. He's not a 2-9 player.
And we'll follow that up with, of course, the other player, our Protoss, SamuraiPanda.
Yeah, Samurai's third ranked. He's 8-3 in the season, and he's I've said this many times that he is the top Protoss, the Protoss to beat, and the ranking shows that. So, he deserves the number 3 spot at the very least.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting, actually. The top 3 seeds are actually one of each race.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
Balance in action, folks. It's official. We'll let Blizzard know, and the Protoss witch hunt can end.
Yep.
So awesome. Well, I think our players are about ready to go.
Okay, we're gonna start the game.
So, I mean, Overgrowth, as we've mentioned, tends to keep being the map that our players are picking here in these early rounds. It's really a pretty solid map. It has a gold base, which is interesting, but most of all, it's not super favored towards any specific race.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty balanced race. Map, and you can rush here. Good rush distance is not too far. We can do kind of crazy things. There's even gold. You can have a long game, short game. Drops are okay. It's like there's destructible rocks. It's got like everything except the island.
So, alright, we've loaded in here, and of course, in the top right corner, as the pink Terran, which is my favorite color to pick in this game, we do have Josef. Oh, that zoom action. So good. And in the bottom left, as the red Protoss, he is our third ranked player. It is SamuraiPanda.
Yeah, no logo for Samurai. He's a free agent.
It's one of those things where I always like to be in a clan simply so people don't bug me to join their clan.
Hey, that's a good point. And, with our upcoming Hendralisk match, it's required to be in our clan to play.
Yeah, so it worked out lucky for me that I joined. Unless, I think SamuraiPanda is really the only Protoss who could really challenge me there.
You guys heard that, Sir Malaga and Desai? There you go. That sounds like the challenge.
I would welcome games against any of them. Actually, the fact of the matter is I'm really bad at PvP, so...
Alright, there you go. That'll be good. So, look at this placement. Pretty close.
Yeah, well, I mean, against Terran, that's fine. Like, he doesn't need to be near his ramp. He actually doesn't want to be near his ramp. because the ranged Marines could chip away at it, and you always have to worry. You want to basically force the Terran to try to come into your base early game to snipe buildings.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really need to worry about like ling run bys or anything like that, so he doesn't need any fancy micro tricks with like a single space gap to keep units alive or anything.
Yeah, he wants to be close to that nexus, right, for the overcharge. The
I
only
mean,
thing is though, like I think I've seen other people build behind to trap the Reaper. That's the only thing I prefer.
yeah. I tend to build behind so you can stop the Reaper from, well, not just to trap the Reaper, but even prevent him from getting back there for scouting. If you wall off on both sides behind your gases, it makes
Yeah.
it really hard for the Reaper to get in, and you can hide your tech back there really well. The other issue with what he's doing, of course, is that if you put your buildings in the wrong spot, you can wind up trapping a probe. I like the eBay block.
Yes, sir.
Well, let me rephrase that. I hate the eBay block, but
As a Protoss guy, you hate it. As a caster, you love it.
yeah, it's a shame he doesn't have a zealot queued, no stalker, nothing. So this
Yeah.
mothership core is going to be the only thing that can really kill it.
Yeah, Joseph should like get that hit points higher too. He should not let this probe kill it. And why did he do that? I think he should have just kept building more.
Sorry,
Yeah.
almost lost that SCV too.
Yeah, that's a mistake, I think. He should have let it build to a higher hit points. But
Well, I
it's
mean,
not
the
a
investment wasn't too big, so
yeah.
Scout probe coming in actually gets right on in. It will be picked off, of course, but it got a pretty good scout.
Yep. At least he gets rid of that probe though, and one probe can ruin your life. So there's no active probe in the map right now.
And at this point, I mean, everything looks pretty standard. We do see the Robo follow-up from Samurai Panda. At this point, with mines being so prevalent, that's really pretty much the only standard opening in PvT.
Yeah, and Joseph's gone to 2 racks, no factory yet. This Robo, I wonder if this is going to be a rush to Colossus or just getting observers out.
Well, I like the 2 racks from Joseph. It means he will be in good shape if he's worried about like a proxy Stargate or anything with oracles. He'll have Marines out to defend his mineral lines, and really just for most of the early pushes, he'll be in good shape. I do expect we might see from Samurai Panda the new meta that Pig Baby has started, which is
Oh,
mass observers.
and look at that.
Oh,
Now, what I
just
noticed,
misses the Robo.
yeah, one thing I noticed about Samurai Panda is he doesn't cast his one-on-one games. He doesn't want to be scouted. He only casts team games, so he's aware. He cares.
So this will be interesting here. See what he goes for. Early sentries, always a good choice. He's got the forge coming down. It's a pretty early forge. I like that. I'd like to see a second. We just need to see what he does with this robo from here.
Slight mistake on the chrono here, but it's a wasted chrono energy, but not too bad.
And there's another observer coming out, so it does seem like this might be the delay up to Colossus with a lot of oracle or a lot of observers to provide vision and defense.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of that 4 observer build or 2 or 3 was just to make sure you don't get caught by a drop, right? Power up, and then have your Protoss Super Ball.
Yeah, there's that Robo Bay. Again, I really wish you would get the second forge. You really want to pump those upgrades super fast with this kind of build, especially since with his observers, he's seen everything. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, and Joseph stopped making SCVs. He's oversaturated on one side. He's behind 37 to 28, and that's 3 SCVs actually busy.
Yeah,
So
that's a pretty big worker deficit actually at this point in the game.
yeah, he's prioritizing lots of infantry at the moment, but he has the money to make SCVs, you know, in between, and he's not doing that right now.
My concern is like he's trying to get ready for a pretty good bio push, but I mean, Colossus tech's done. Samurai Panda can start those anytime. So he should have Colossus, there's the Colossus, and he'll have +1 armor by the time any Bioforces get to his side of the map.
Yeah. And he's got these 2 engineering bases, not using them just yet.
He is starting another command center.
I like that. But can he survive the upcoming...
Well, and I mean, he's 12 workers behind.
Well, he's going to need the mules then, so... at the very least. He's doing a drop here, which probably got spotted already, and there's another observer on the way later.
Yep, this should be totally safe. I mean, this is really the power of this mass observer build.
Yeah,
supply block from Josef, a pretty big one.
Yep.
I mean, there's not even any supply depots being built.
And he's distracted now. I mean, if you look from Joseph's camera point of view, you know.
Yeah, he's really focusing on that drop, which he's just realized is not going to work out for him.
Yep, and that's good that he pulled back, because can't take that force unless you have, for some reason, 8 Thors in that dropship.
You know, 1-1 is just about finished for Panda, along with a couple of additional gateways. He's got his Templar tech coming. He's got Charge just about done. The Templar transition, of course, is coming at just the perfect time. The Colossus has been seen. The Vikings are starting to pop out, and this is when you go, okay, great, you can start building Vikings, because I'm not going to build anything. I'm only going to build a couple more Colossus, if any. And I'll just have a bunch of Templar and Archons.
Yeah, so, you know, the supply thing for workers is bad, but he's slightly ahead on army count, so that's one good thing. And he does spot the 3rd expansion.
What's pretty interesting, actually, is that Samurai Panda hasn't even gotten range for his Colossus. Like, this is a single Colossus, and he's really not going to get any more.
Yeah, so just being annoying, which is a good thing. The only thing I don't like about a ton of little micro here is you neglect your home macro. You know, especially if your APM isn't really that good.
Yep.
So what I notice with a lot of players is they focus on these little engagements too long.
So the tunneling claws have started for Josef at this point.
Wait, playing Zerg? You mean
the drill, whatever. You know what I mean.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So what's the official name of that? Drilling claws. Gotcha.
Oh, look at that. I was close.
Yeah, drilling claws. Because when you hear tunneling claws, I think that's a roach thing.
I was basically there.
Yeah, you're right. It scared me for a minute. I was like, no, don't tell me Terran is OP. He's got tunneling claws. Nothing scarier than marauders that crawl around, man.
But, I mean, you will have, obviously, Fester Burrow for those Widow Mines.
Yep.
Which actually is a really interesting choice. It means you'll notice he's actually stopped building additional Vikings. He's recognized that there are not a lot of Colossus on the field.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it seems like Panda's kind of fake out there didn't really work.
Yep.
Blink and 2-2 coming in here. 2-1 underway for Josef.
And he's getting his 3rd, or his 2nd expansion, and his 3rd CC after the original. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious why he still has that command center.
That was funny. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he killed himself instead.
I'm a little bit confused by that 3rd command center chilling in his base. Did he forget about it?
I don't think so, because he's using that to mule. And he already has it rallying. So I think that's a safety extra muler versus floating it and losing. So he can cancel this guy if he gets some pressure. So I don't mind that. It's a great scan right here.
Mm-hmm. The Samurai Panda has resumed Colossus production and is getting range now. Oh man, is he going to lose a 2nd High Templar to 1 Marine?
This Marine does it.
Oh God, he dies in his own storm.
That is the closest Rambo will ever get.
Oh, that was kind of painful.
Templars, man, that's amazing.
So, there's no Ghost Academy from Joseph.
I
He's
think
seen the High Templar. I mean, clearly.
these guys are a little late to stop this command center, which is good for Joseph, but it'll be there in time to kill these mules.
Yep. And I mean,
Unfortunately,
little harassment's never bad. Dark Shrine coming in.
it's also going to destroy this turret.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
Oh
nope.
no,
Well, but he
guys.
is on fire, so if he doesn't repair it.
Yeah, he's a little busy. It's amazing how just three zealots, you just attack move it, and it takes away so much from the attention of the opponent. But here's the big push out. The Marine is going to miss it. The
Uh,
main force is out of position. He's not moving yet. Let's go see this battle.
Here it comes. Now,
You are
unfortunately, those zealots are. Yeah, I was gonna say the zealots were stuck behind the stalkers there for a minute.
no
Really
repair.
nice force fields.
He
That's,
brings STVs too, which
I think that was a transfer.
yeah, that's too bad. Actually, with all the battle that's been going on, it's really just 15 versus 14 units killed, so not a whole lot so far.
Yep. And actually, that was a really nice pullback too by Samurai Panda. He sniped off that command center and just pulled back. Unfortunately, he's straying a little far forward. It's okay storms, but he could lose those Colossus if he's not careful.
Careful, those are better storms, but it just kind of weakened them. The heal is happening now. Samurai needs to be very careful here, and so is Joseph, of course.
Yeah, this could really go either way. This is okay force fields.
Good liftoff. No more energy.
Oh, that was a good couple of storms there.
Even better, he's not moving back on that.
I did lose a Colossus, but he still has one left, and I think all the Vikings are dead now.
Yeah, his units are very weak. He can't attack.
Yeah,
He's
his
got a
army is a little poorly split, though.
Yeah, it is. He can lose this group right here. He just missed that mine from detonating. If he gets this, oh, there's reinforcements.
Yeah, but he needs to. He's gonna lose that Colossus.
That's true.
Needs to throw down some force fields. He's got. Oh, he had Sentry energy. He could have kept the Colossus alive.
Yep. He's
But I mean, he's still up. 20 supply. He's up. What 24 workers? So that's
yeah,
basically his whole supply advantage. But I mean, he's almost at 3-3. He's got a huge amount of production.
yeah, exactly. And Joseph's just now getting this third started his
Yeah, and
home base.
the fourth is done. Like Samurai Panda's taken the gold.
Yeah, the gold is huge. And here's the big battle here. Loses that. He's falling apart now.
Yeah, and winds up forces the lift on that command center.
And he didn't repair this from earlier.
Yeah, just has to really watch out for all those mines. This force from Samurai Panda is very weak against Widow mines. 3-3 is started finally for Joseph, but I mean it's done for Samurai Panda. He's getting shields now. Oh, good scan.
Yeah, that was good. That was great. Now he really needs some ghosts for those Templars, man. It's really
Now I want to see as many DTs as possible get worked in.
there's one.
Basically, not because I want not because the DTs are going to do a lot of damage, but because every time they force a scan, that's a mule that's lost.
Look at the mines do a great job.
Yeah, those mines just melted so much of that army, but the Templars survive, and those are pretty good storms. Those medevacs are out of energy. He could just fight this with that Colossus.
He's gonna draw him into the mines here.
The mines are still all on cooldown. Oh, there's the DT that comes in for cleanup.
Yep.
And DT got, a couple of good kills out of that army.
Yeah, the problem is this three base economy is kicking in with gold versus just
Well, I mean,
one.
he's just taken another base.
Yeah, versus 1.5. So, and he's gonna take this guy. His The only thing really close at this moment is maybe the army size, but You
Yeah,
know,
but it's, even that's not really close.
and that's the only thing that's closer. So it was okay at first, but it's the macro that pulled ahead.
Now, I mean, I like that. There's the fourth command center is finally being built, but this push from Samurai Panda here, right in between the army.
Yeah, the other army is not engaging just yet
Trick is,
until.
he needs to watch out for this flank. He could lose those Colossus really quickly to Marauders. Oh, but they're not target firing.
That's true, but those.
They eat a couple of good storms.
Yeah, but he needs. Look at this. This is just an insane army to beat, though.
Yep.
Archons.
Yeah, I mean, with a couple of ghosts could completely change this game. Some
Yeah,
EMPs and this army just melts.
ain't one yet. So he's gonna lose his main mining base. He may not even lose a Colossus.
No, there you
Oh,
go, got one.
that's a consolation.
Oh, he might get the second, but of course another one shows up, and I mean, it's 173 supply to 48.
Yep, this is pretty grim. At this point, you could probably almost put in Bomber.
Oh.
Typical Samurai Panda bad manner. The only one that really does bad manner stuff. So,
All of those Nexus.
yep, I think he was the one who danced against Sir Malignant.
Yeah, that's a lot of money that he's just like, yep, it's I don't care, I don't need it.
So, I mean, that's kind of like the game was over a while ago. But of course, Joseph.
Look at all those workers.
Yeah. But if you're gonna do that, you need to put that right in front, because Joseph probably doesn't even see that.
Well, he sees it now. Is he going to offensive planetary nexus push?
I mean, at this point, just kill him. I mean, if you're gonna play all this, this Nexus game, go kill him. Your army is obviously bigger. I don't know why you're dancing around.
I kind of like how he surrounded his army with Archons.
I don't know if that's accident or it just happened.
It's pretty cool, at any rate.
I've never seen it before. I don't know if it's an accident though.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's trying to let the Nexuses finish so he can cast Photon Overcharge on them.
But he really has enough to kill Joseph at
Oh
this.
yeah, no, he's just messing with him now. I mean, there's no question. I mean, there's no coming back from this deficit.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't remember if I said it or not, but I think you could have put Bomber 5 minutes ago, and I don't think he would come back. Just simply because of the economy.
I don't know, what was that one game who came back with 4 SCVs? Yeah, there's the Photon Overcharge.
I don't know who did that
It was maybe MVP?
against Protoss. Protoss is pretty hard to come back from. I mean, they have this thing, where
There's finally the GG. That was... I mean, it started out really even, but it got kind of silly.
it did because of the my thing is I think Joseph got too carried away with the drops and he got supply block. He neglected his macro. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, and I mean at the end, Samurai Panda was just like, okay, I'm really far ahead. I'm just gonna kind of play around a little bit.
Yeah, so I think we have our what's the brackets look like here?
So Samurai Panda is the
Yep.
first player to move into round C.
Yep. And he'll face winner Lamp, Hurt in Time. And of course, if Lamp wins, he's the one to beat Samurai Panda in week 1, I think. So they haven't played in like freaking 3 months. 2-3 months. So it's been a while. So assuming Lamp wins, now if Hurt in Time pulls the upset, then that's a different story. And then on the other side, we still haven't played the other games. Let's see. I think there's another scheduled game at 11, which is. But let's let's
Yeah,
wait
I think this is supposed to be the Blake versus Jadon game.
Yeah, Blake versus Jay. No, I think that was at 11:30. So we have downtime from now until then.
Awesome. So yeah, and of course, out of that, Joseph will go into losers bracket round B.
Yeah, and depending on what, his if he's third or fourth, then we'll know who he'll face.
Yeah,
Assume,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. For example, if I lose, I'll be number third, the third ranked, whatever, right? So then I would be against Gorlin and Sheik. Now, if someone lower seeded than him loses and drops down there with him, he'll face Gorlin and Sheik. So that's basically what we're waiting for.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, while we wait, I will we'll kill the stream, and I'll be back in a little while with some more games.
All right.